Today's episode is brought to you by Audible.com. Go over and get you a free audiobook 30-day free trial over at www.audibletrial.com/nerdcave. You can be picking up Timothy Zahn's new book, Thrawn. It's freaking awesome. Or you can get Ahsoka. You can get all these Star Wars books because everybody loves Star Wars. If you don't love Star Wars, what are you doing with your life? There's over 180,000 titles, though, to choose from. You can get it on your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle. And if you have an MP3 player and what are you doing with your life, you can get that there as well. So go over to audibletrial.com/nerdcave and grab you one of those new books. Get smart. We read at the Nerd Cave. We read. Build it beautiful. What's up, everybody? This is Zach with the Nerd Cave Podcast. This is episode 225. Whoa! I'm joined along with
Robbie Rolls. 225, man. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's more than one.
That's way more than one. That's 224 more than one.
It is.
I know math. I work with it.
It is a lot more than one, and it has been an awesome ride so far. So, there's been a lot of news.
Very much so.
And we're going to get into that news right now. Injustice 2 is bringing Black Lightning to the DC's fighting game.
Didn't we talk about that?
No.
No, we talked about Black Lightning.
Yeah,
we talked about Black Lightning because we were trying to figure out who it was.
Yeah, we talked about Black Lightning, but we're talking about Injustice getting Black Lightning.
Okay.
DC's Black Lightning is joining Injustice 2's fighting game this October as part of the Fighter Pack 2 expansion. This edition comes at an exciting time for Black Lightning, who will be a title character for the new live-action TV show very soon. The CW's Black Lightning series will arrive this winter to bridge the mid-season's gap of Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow. Cress Williams will play Jefferson Pierce, a.k.a. Black Lightning, in the TV show. It has been revealed that the show will not be an origin story, with the decision being made to start the story in Jefferson's superhero retirement instead. The arrival of the crime lord Tobias Well, played by Marvin Jones III, in the town is bound to lure Jefferson back into action. But what they've done is they have like a highlight reel of Black Lightning fighting. He looks pretty cool. I haven't actually. There we go. It's not on there. It looks really cool. The only thing that they don't show is a super move.
I wonder what it's going to be.
Now, for this one is that he is actually going to be a premium skin that will go over Raiden.
Yeah.
Now, is it Raiden, the guy with the big hat?
Mm-hmm.
That it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Raiden.
So he's going to be like the Reverse Flash and all of this, but he will have a voice actor that will totally voice over him and everything. So it'll be like another character, but it won't be like a new character. So I'm curious to see how different they are going to make his skill sets compared to Raiden.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't want to repolish a turd. You want to have your own turd.
Are you saying Raiden is a turd?
I'm not saying he's a turd, but I'm like, you don't want to polish
he's
a turd and have the same abilities, but just new skins on it. You want it, new skins, new abilities, and everything like that.
Yeah, and what's cool is Black Lightning is not the only CW character that is on the Injustice. You've got Green Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, Black Canary, Firestorm, Gorilla Grodd, Superman, Deadshot, and Captain Cold as well, all on there.
I want to see Sam and Dean Winchester.
You're not going to see them.
Don't.
You're not going to see
Don't
them.
go there.
Their super is expelling demons from people.
It's just like banter.
Exorcismus Day. Spiritus Mundus.
The only thing I would allow that is if it's like their ultimate or whatever is that they like summon their car and it runs people over.
That would be cool.
That's the only thing I can accept.
So it's like Batman and Injustice 1.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But some of them are very close to their counterparts on the TV show. Green Arrow is pretty close. Flash is pretty close as well. Gorilla Grodd is very, very close to what's on the TV show. So I'm excited to see that Black Lightning is getting some love over there on Injustice 2, which was a fantastic game. Not a lot of people I seem to be playing it.
Injustice 2?
Yeah.
Well,
I loved it.
I haven't beat it yet.
I loved it.
But it's a game I do want to go back and play because I do love it. But there's just so much stuff out right now.
Oh yeah.
And I want to have time to play these games, but I don't have as much time as I used to.
Trust me, I know.
I love, like I said, I have Destiny 2. I'm wanting to play Madden.
NBA came out. I don't even own the NBA game yet.
I know Willis went up to me and because me and him game share, and he was like, "When are you getting NBA 2K?" And I was like, "I really don't know." He's like, "Yeah, because I went up there and I was thinking about buying it." And he asked the guy about my account and he's like, "Yeah, the guy bought like the last 3 NBAs. He just hadn't bought this one yet." Willis is like, he's like, "Do you want to buy it?" Willis is like, "I'll wait."
How can you share with a digital copy though?
Yeah.
You can't share with a digital copy, can you?
Yeah, when you game share, you get like if it's a disc, you can't share. But if I buy I bought.
What guy was he talking to? Like some back alley
Willis
dealer?
was talking to a guy at GameStop about I haven't bought NBA digital. I bought it all the way through there. And
I went digital a long time ago, like 3-4 years ago.
I went digital more now. But, you know.
Like I'm actually thinking of getting it on the Switch.
That would be interesting.
Like the reason so I can play it anywhere, but also the game is riddled more than it's ever been with microtransactions. Like it is awful. It's appalling. It is appalling. It is worse. It is worse than it's ever been, Robbie. They have chopped the game up. Like it is so bad. Like to do anything, like they give you 6,000 VC at the very beginning of the game. That gets you from level 60. If you spend it all just on like actual like skills instead of like, oh, I want to go get this haircut or whatever, you go from 60 to 62.
What game is this again?
This is NBA 2K18. It is just it's awful.
And like when you do different things, you don't get as much VC as you earned in
because
the past.
They want you to buy that, and it is. Oh, I'm not going to get on microtransactions this week.
They're the worst things to come together.
Just game developers, just stop it. Just don't let their publishers do that. Moving on. Now, this is an interesting story from this week. There's seemingly an NES emulator and game hidden on every Nintendo Switch. Fans searching through the Nintendo Switch back-end files have reportedly discovered that every console game comes pre-installed with an NES emulator and a modified copy of 1984's NES Golf. As noted by Switch Brew, an emulator called Flog, try reading it backwards, Golf, has been included on the Switch system since its pre-launch 1.0.0 version. Flog currently can't be accessed through official means, but when booted up and runs NES Golf with one major difference, the original, it supports the Joy-Con controller motion movements, allowing you to play shots by holding the down and left and then swinging like it was actually physically swinging the club. This is likely a pre-release test for games that will be part of the Nintendo Classic Game Selection. The NES titles being offered as part of the Switch upcoming online subscription. Those classic games will also be Switch-specific upgrades primarily online. Now, the classic games we talked about last week, these do not take place of the Virtual Console. Now, this was really cool to read. Like when I first saw, oh, that's pretty cool. There's been more. There's been developments all week. And it is just mind-blowing. Okay, so to be able to play this game, you have to go to a specific date on your console. Now, if you've already connected your Switch to the internet, you got to go buy another Switch.
Oh, God.
If you want to do this. If you want to hack the system and do this beforehand. And you have to set it to a specific date, and that date is July 11th. That is the day that you have to set it to. But if you've already connected, like if I wanted to grab my Switch right now and be like, oh, I want to play NES Golf, and I like change it, Switch knows. It knows you're messing with the time. It's not like Fable where you can set it like years in the future and then have all that gold there and all of that. It doesn't work that way.
Nope.
You have to have a brand new Switch, never been connected to the internet, to be able to do this feature. And the reason this date is so specific is because it is the day that Iwata, which was the previous head of Nintendo, the president that passed away back in 2015, that is the day he passed away. Now, Iwata was actually a programmer on NES Golf. So a lot of people, when the Switch was happening, everybody knows that Iwata loved video games. He loved gamers. He would like sit at like E3 and just watch people play games because he loved how people would interact with them and all of this. And everyone was wondering when, you know, he passed away and the Switch was coming up, would Nintendo put some kind of homage to him, do something that would kind of be in remembrance of him. And a lot of people have like searched and searched, and you started seeing like all of these like threads popping up on NeoGAF and Reddit and like people trying to figure out what this was and everything. And it turns out that on July 11th every year that this game will unlock, and you will do like the pointing motion that he would do in his Nintendo Directs, and that would open up the game and you would be able to play it.
That's really cool.
So I just think it's really, really touching that Nintendo would do something that is so close to the chest and everything, and it was very hidden, but that was one of the first games he's worked on.
Oh yeah, and
actually I think it was his first game he worked on, and it's just like when I read over that, I was like I felt that, like I really felt that.
And I think with it being his first game and like I guess his first love with this company, that's what makes it more touching. Is that, and you're obviously doing his signature thing, which is the point, and bringing that up, and that just brings in the feels, all of them.
And it's not just like, oh, they put something on there to put something on there, but it was just it's so good. I'm glad that Nintendo has done that. And did you figure out what the word was?
No, the only thing I could find was Omatsu, that's something you use at like Christmas time, I think.
Okay.
Or New Year's.
There's a specific term in Japanese that is like not homage, but it is it's like that, but it's a very like spiritual thing. It's supposed to like give you luck or help you out in times of crisis or something like that, but I don't know what it is. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but this is definitely like that. So Nintendo, you're doing a good job. I appreciate it.
You're heading in the right direction with everything you're doing. Keep it up.
Except for the SNES. You're not doing well there. All right, moving on. Monster Hunter world release is January 26th. At the Sony press conference at Tokyo Game Show 2017, the release date for Monster Hunter World was revealed for January 26, 2018. Collector's edition details were also revealed. The box set includes a new monster figurine, soundtrack, and more, and a limited edition PS4 Pro Monster Hunter World themed console and controller. It was also shown. Can you pull up that console? It actually looks pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Like we dogged on
Call of Duty.
Well, yeah, because it's Call of Duty.
We dogged on Call of Duty. We dogged on PS4 doing really bad bad versions. From what I'm seeing on the price, it is going to be
$49,980.
Yep.
And I think it's yen.
Yeah,
okay, I think that's yen.
Yeah.
So I don't know the conversion rate of that, but if you want to look that up, you definitely can. That would be the price. But it's probably, if it's it looks like it is a Pro version.
It's a Pro.
So whatever the price of the Pro is is probably going to be that. But it looks freaking sweet. The controller looks awesome.
I like it
as well.
It's way better than the other one.
Like, I don't even play Monster Hunter. I want to play Monster Hunter from what they showed at E3 this past year.
Cool.
But if I didn't have my gold PS4 over there, and even if I didn't play Monster Hunter, I would totally get that.
Oh yeah,
totally would. It looks freaking awesome. But I'm glad to see that they're actually doing something that looks good. So if you're a Monster Hunter fan, January 26th is the day for you.
And the console doesn't look like crap.
No,
so
it doesn't.
That's very good.
Now, we got a little bit more Monster Hunter news. Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter, Venom, and more round out Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Season Pass. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is a fun fighter, as are on whatever. We already knew that Sigma and Black Panther would be part of the pass. However, Capcom has announced the 4 remaining characters: Monster Hunter, Venom, Black Widow, and Winter Soldier. Monster Hunter specifically shows up in the story mode, so her inclusion should come as no surprise. The rest were heavily speculated on due to a recent file leak that included the game's entire case, but at least now we have confirmation. Capcom is still working on the character and plans to show them more through thoroughly close to their release. So, we get Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite just came out.
Yeah.
I know Corey,
yeah.
he was excited. He got a special edition and all of that. I'm glad that Capcom is using more and more of their characters to kind of fill it out, and having more of the Marvel characters that are big, and people love Venom. Like, people love freaking Venom.
Venom's one of the cooler villains, especially in Spider-Man, and I think he's better than a lot of the other villains that you have for the different superheroes. Being able to play any game you're going to have Marvel in it, you got to have a good villain, a good Venom.
Yeah, you got to have you got Venom, Black Widow. Everybody loves ScarJo. Everybody loves ScarJo.
Definitely.
So, and then you got Winter Soldier. All you got to do is say Boxcar 1754, and then he goes crazy and starts killing everybody. I'm making that up. If you haven't watched that movie, then watch it. It's pretty good. If you enjoyed that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want gaming content, you can go over to Nerd Cave Gaming right there. If you want to support us, you can check out Patreon right there. If you want more videos, check them out right here. Go ahead, pick one of them. I wonder which one you're going to do. If you're going to be cool, you'd pick any of them. All 4 of them. You'd be awesome.